Hi there, Zach here, and I really do apologize for the long amount of time that it takes me to put out actual good content here, especially around the holidays here. I'm a busy man. I'm a very busy man. You have to go over to people's houses that you don't even like, and you have to drink a lot of alcohol so you could start liking them, but then you drink too much alcohol and make an ass of yourself or fist fight one of your family members, like, let's just say Uncle Terry. Let's just say that. And, sometimes then you have to call Uncle Terry back, but Uncle Terry doesn't want to talk to you anymore. Fucking Uncle Terry! Fuck. It's like you've never gotten drunk off alcohol and then tried to hit on your cousin and then fist fight your uncle. Fuck. But during this time, I've actually been able to do quite a few things here, and one of them being watching the new Ghostbusters. I said I was going to do it. I said I did not want to spend that much money on it, and surprisingly, I did not. Somebody actually bought the fucking thing without even watching it once, and now they're feeling really, really bad for making that purchase. I, on the other hand, am reaping from it, because now I got to watch it without actually having to give money over to Sony. And some of you who might have seen some of my other content here knows that I was not happy about this movie. Like, ever. And after several months and countless of other YouTubers doing reviews on it, I finally gave it a shot, and guess what? I did not like it. I thought it was a blatant cash grab, and watching it pretty much backed up my hypothesis. But was it as bad as I thought it was? Well, yeah, technically, yes. After the movie, I was so fucking frustrated, I could not even think straight. So why was this even made to be the paragon of women's equality when it was just another bad movie shat out by Hollywood and a long string of bad movies with no talent to create? And since most of you already have heard the same shtick over and over and over again by other YouTubers, I'm just going to say what I thought about the movie and what I've found out that I haven't heard many YouTubers talking about. First of all, yes, it's as bad as they've all been saying, and it's as bad as you guys all thought it was. Looking at looking at the trailers, you guys knew it was going to be a bad one. You knew it was going to be a stinker because you're all very smart people. Not the people who haven't subscribed to me, but the people who have. You all seem like very intelligent, people. So I'll give you a recommendation on that. And if you refuse to watch it because you know it's a piece of crap, then I commend you on that. Very good. You have a will stronger than mine, but anybody who knows my drinking habits, it's not that, impossible to believe. But I'm not going to lie. One of the scariest parts of this movie, and yes, this movie does have some scary parts, was I actually laughed at one of the jokes at the very beginning.
Sir Aldrich once wrote in his diary, "I know God makes no mistakes, but I believe he may have been drunk when he built Gertrude's personality."
What have I done? Man, my heart was racing. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, because I actually thought, man, my ego is so big, this is gonna be one fuck of a time to tell everyone it's not that bad of a movie. It wasn't great, but it wasn't that bad of a movie. My heart was killing me. But then they played the queef joke. And then a ghost vomited on a Ghostbuster. And then I thought, oh, Mr. Feig, you've done it again. You can never disappoint me from reminding me how much of a huge fucking disappointment you are. Because after that, it quickly went downhill. Not in a boil my blood and kick the cat type of way. It was infuriating, don't get me wrong, but more of a dulled frustration than full-blown anger. Like, one thing I haven't heard many reviewers talk about is the fact that it was just boring. Like 30% incompetent rage to 70% dullness. Absolute mind-numbing dullness. It got to a point where I had to stop and pull up a video game and have that on in the background while I played the video game. I have absolutely zero interest in what they were saying or doing. The only times I was interested was when a cameo came on, which were few and far in between. And having a comedy with jokes that are the equivalent of whiskey dick will kill any multi-million-dollar affair. And it really killed this one. I mean, they spent $144 million on the movie, not to mention the massive advertisement that they put on it. I mean, literally a fuck ton. Science made an actual unit of measurement just to describe this movie's advertisement budget, which is approximately 4 times the amount of a shit ton. So it's pretty fair that they doubled their budget for the movie just on advertisements. And what was their profit overall, including international views? Roughly around $229 million. That's a lot of loss. And unless a feminist millionaire bought a shit ton of copies of Blu-ray and DVD, it's fair to say that there will be no sequel in the future. And why the fuck should they? The jokes were so bland or even cringeworthy that having a sequel would be a straight-to-DVD suicide. Here's a series of back-to-back jokes in the movie and what the producers and writers thought I would react compared to what really happened. Caution, I had a few whiskey drinks to help me get through this movie, so I did not have a stroke. It was just mostly drunk.
Okay. You be eating right now. When's your pop?
I'm here about the receptionist job.
Hi. Is this a big old robot?
Yes, it's real sexy. You know what I'm saying? Like just a wine.
I don't think this has I think this is I know how to You be eating right now. When's your pop?
I'm here about the receptionist job.
Oh, no, not you too, Thor.
Is this a big old robot?
Yes, it's real sexy. You know what I'm saying? Like just a wine.
I don't
Make
think
a
his
joke.
hips move
Make a
at all.
funny
I think
joke.
he's
Make me
mechanical
laugh.
from, like, the
I am
ribcage
so
down.
bored. It's
I
been
know
such a
how
long
that
time
guy
since I
handles
laughed.
It's like
I sighed more times at this movie than I thought I would, and none was more prevalent than the ending when they fight all the ghosts in a Lord of the Rings type battle. Let's look at how the old Ghostbusters handled things.
And the flowers are still standing.
Yeah, that was really embarrassing. Holy shit. And what about the new one?
Slapshot!
And this is what you get for sitting on me.
So if the movie is supposed to show how much awesome women are than the previous men versions, why overdo it like this? The previous Ghostbusters had no fucking clue what they were doing. They destroyed everything and fucked up so many times that it was amazing to see them take down something as big and evil as Gozer the Gozerian. These women don't even break a sweat fighting ghosts and punching them into oblivion. Seriously, that's just as stupid as it was in the fucking trailer. And all of these random thoughts come to one conclusion. Why besmirch the name of Ghostbusters? I would have given this movie no issues if they would have just called it something else. Call it Ghost Girls and replace the copyrighted terms like Proton Pack and the uniforms with other things and boom! I would have thought this was a below average, bland, gray shit that Hollywood put out thinking nothing of it. But since they were trying to supersede a classic and still funny comedy movie, this is a quasi-action comedy pro-feminist shit show and it makes it so much worse. That's where the anger really comes from, at least in my opinion. I wouldn't have given it another thought if they called it something else and tried it then. But because they knew the name of Ghostbusters would give them a huge slice of cash, they said fuck it and went straight for the jugular. And this is just going to be my unscripted version of this fucking movie. Like I've mentioned, this movie is supposed to be a comedy, but nothing made me laugh and nothing was interesting to see. In my opinion, I know a lot of people out there have said, well, them making it and testing out the equipment and shit, yeah, that looked pretty cool, and I don't really care. What bothers me about the equipment is it seems more about dissolving the ghost. It seems like destroying the ghost. And in the first couple Ghostbusters, they really didn't destroy any of them. They captured them, they kept them in a field, and then that was it. That was done. You know, they did have to kill Gozer. It's insinuated that he's killed. I mean, who really knows what fucking happens? He's a giant deity. Who cares? But even all of that was bullshit. It goes right back to fuck me in my asshole because all they wanted was money. And Paul Feig was promoting this, putting this up on a pedestal and saying, this will show everybody that women are funny when nobody was saying that they weren't. There's plenty of funny women out there. I don't think any of the women in this one were funny. I don't know if it was the jokes. I mean, they're actors, so they did fine. I mean, they're acting. This isn't a Tommy Wiseau. This isn't a Tommy Wiseau production. You know, the actors knew what the fuck they were doing, but it doesn't make any sense for me. Simply for the fact that if they weren't just so blatant on this was Ghostbusters, but we're revamping it, and it's definitely women. Get over it, you sexist. People who say that there was no sign of that, they were pushing an agenda slightly, okay? I'm not going to go full-blown and, you know, go full Alex Jones and say, oh, it was ridiculous, I can't believe it. This is obviously what they're trying to do. That was a fucking terrible Alex Jones, but you know what I'm trying to say. Out of the entire movie, I literally laughed at one joke, and it wasn't a laugh out loud. It was, I was pretty drunk and got, yeah, that makes fun. That's funny. And then everything else was just, oh God, oh the lights, the neon lights. Who fucking took off the fluorescent bulb and stuck it up a ghost ass? Why are they glowing? Why are they fucking glowing? Oh, and I just can't. I can't stand it. And I'm gonna hark back, and then I'm going to finish this up. They did this because Ghostbusters was popular. Remember Ghostbusters, guys? Remember how awesome it was? You remember Tron? Let's redo that as well. That'll do great reviews. Yeah, let's redo everything from the past because we have no longer have any good ideas today. And then let's fuck it up every single time. Yeah, let's do it. Why not? Let's remake, you know, Who Framed Roger Rabbit? I'm sure we could do it just as good today. I'm sure it'll still have the same appeal. I'm sure that people will think it's great because we're going to probably CGI all the regular people and then 2D all the regular cartoon characters that were in there. So just leave everything alone. Come up with new ideas. And oh God. No. I promised I wasn't going to, I was promised myself I was not going to rant on this very much because like all of you know, YouTubers have done this. Done it to death. There are so many reviews out there of Ghostbusters review. Is it good or is it bad? Look, there's boobs on the thumbnail. That means there's going to be some nudity in here. And I'm tired of it. You know, it was cool at first when it always feels good when you feel vindicated, where you're just like, I knew it was going to be bad and it was bad. And then you watch it for yourself because Guantanamo Bay can't torture everybody. So let me do it to myself. It's okay, government. It's okay. I'll take care of this one. I'll just watch Ghostbusters. And it's just as bad as you thought, and surprisingly worse. Because I thought I was just going to get that burning feeling in your chest whenever you're really mad at something and something offends you so fucking much that you're just like, oh God, is there a doctor in the house? Because I never had a heart attack, but it feels like it. My heart hurts. It wasn't like that, and it wasn't even so bad that it was good. It wasn't one of those movies either. It made me so mad simply for the fact that they did this as a blatant cash grab, like I've mentioned before. It was just so frustratingly annoying that they couldn't make me laugh at anything. And then the actresses, like Leslie Jones, classic, just classic Tyler Perry type of mad woman, you know. Oh hell no, that ain't gonna happen in my house. You know, it was like you could have made her something more than a stereotype. That would have been cool. I mean, it wouldn't have saved this movie at all, but it wouldn't have hurt it anymore. But that's it. That's it. I'm done. I got other things to edit. I got a stream to do. I got a bunch of other stuff to do, and I got a lot more content coming out for you guys. So make sure that you subscribe, like, that whole thing that people always try to guilt people into. And I hope to see you all in the future. If not, you really hurt me. If you don't like and you don't subscribe, you're the reason why I drink. And besides, it tastes good.